Alright, here we are with some Fanatic GIGA for Coach. Yeah, not a lot to say about the deck. Very standard Fanatic GIGA deck. I'm not sure this wheel is good. The wheel might be better if it was a buggy. I could totally see the wheel being better as a buggy. And just opening buggy. It's a bit weird to have two 30 cost anti-infantry units. Interesting. Dog before half. Is he no half MG? No, there's the harvester. Alright. In that case, he's Solomon. He's probably double halving, so we'll start charging. Send these bikes up. I'll just get a defensive shot on these people and then run. Oh, no, never mind. I didn't want to, like, if I move up there and stand still, I'll shoot the dogs. So I was hoping he'd move up a tile and I could get the shot, but it didn't happen. I'm going to go laser instead of just going straight into Giga, because I don't win this. I'm not super hyped about the mirror match in the War Factory. I feel like laser is the thing that'll give me the most control of the map, thereby allowing me to Giga the safest. Although I probably should have Gigaed by now. Yeah. Probably messed that one up, boys. Let's get the wheel over here and this over here. What are you doing, wheel? Hey, alright. I know you took like a week to sort it out, but we got there eventually. So we got our 2-tile block. So we're obviously going to win the missile. We can get our Giga Cannon into position. Oh, this is risky. Move the laser up to help. Alright, almost lost the Giga there. Not great. Yeah, see, this is where Buggy would be so much better than Wheel. Like, Wheel is so easy to attack and push through, whereas Buggy actually has a lot of hit points. What do I do about these shots? Yeah, like I said, I'm going to just be really bad against shocks and flames. And that appears to be what is happening. My deck is just terrible against shocks and flames. I've talked about this before, but the problem with Fanatics is either they beat shocks and flames, and then they're too good because there's no reason to ever play shocks and flames when you can just play Fanatics, or they lose to them and there's no point playing them because you can just play shocks and flames. But that is the issue with Fanatics. There's no like healthy middle ground for them. Either they can beat the heavy units and you should only play them, or they can't and you should never play them, and that's literally the only two modes that those units have. Do this and try and clean up the middle quickly enough. Just about got there. Got this random laser on the back. Alright, cool.
Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
This is not a great Giga map. This is of the 3 maps this is in the event, this is by far the worst for 2 range units.
Unit ready.
I did have Banshee in my deck, right? Yeah, I should have made Banshee in that last game against the Orcas instead of making Laser. I guess I was kind of broke because the Giga's so expensive.
Unit ready.
Pain requires it. There you go, Fanatics know what's best. Block them off with this. Oh, hello, that's spicy. Definitely need to block this thing out until I can get a Giga Cannon up.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
Yeah, I'll take a boost. I don't want to stick around and lose the whole squad, but I'll take a boost. MLRS is pretty good against Giga. The only advantage the Giga Cannon has is it can shoot the blocking units. By which I mean whatever's in front of the MLRS, you can shoot that with the Giga and then splash damage. Whereas the MLRS doesn't do much damage to the infantry in front of the Giga. So that's the main advantage the Giga Cannon has. Like here, we're going to splash damage and kill his MLRS. That's the main advantage the Giga Cannon has. The advantage that the MLRS has is it can literally just walk in and kill you. Like you can move an MLRS just forwards into a Giga Cannon and kill it. Yeah, my anti-infantry is super weak. That's definitely the issue in this deck. It's not like old school Giga where you can just make a Giga cannon and it'll melt the infantry for you. Like, you do actually need an anti-infantry unit now. Hope he doesn't have Orca in his deck as well. It seems unlikely he'd have Orca with MLRS, but you never know. People do love Orca. Get some double boosted Fanatics, see how they do. Scared him off, I guess. You can see how shock troopers are clearly the scariest enemy. Get a Banshee so I have something that goes on the pad. Yeah, my opponent has figured it out as well, that my deck is terrible against shock trooper. The splash damage though. The splash damage is doing so much work. That's pretty funny. Once again, 2 range is busted. Who knew? Who among us knew this?
Enemy base destroyed. 3, 2, 1.
You can still put a Giga Cannon like 2 tiles away from some infantry and it'll kill it eventually.
Unit ready.
I was not aware there was a pirate theme. This guy has level 9 bikes. Yikes. Yikes, bro. The really thing is that, like, if you are in this is Masters event. So you have to have been in Masters with your level 9s to be in this event.
Time for you to sign off.
Okay. Weird choice of emote.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
I think the level difference is like colossal now. I don't think the breakpoints are good at the moment. I'm pretty sure like +1 bikes wins by like, it takes like 2 volleys instead of 3. And I think the lasers 2-shotting the bike still. Okay, the lasers are at least still 2-shotting the bike. Yeah, I don't have a harvester there.
Please, continue.
So weird, bro.
One for the propaganda reel.
Unit ready.
Laser squad. Lasers charged. Your command. Laser squad, ready for anything. Here we will hit Kang's will. For his will.
So this game, I don't really want to chase down this harvester. That feels like a waste of time. Where does his tank keep going? I feel kind of bad for this guy, honestly.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel great about that win.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Nayuk.
Building online. Unit ready.
Giga didn't melt infantry. Like, it didn't beat... Giga did used to beat lasers and missiles 1v1, which is absurd, but it didn't, like, smash them. It barely beat them 1v1. But the fact that it could beat them 1v1 at all was insane. Because, like, that is literally supposed to be a hard counter unit. And it's against 2 range. I don't mind something that's supposed to be a hard counter losing if the other thing is way more expensive. Like, rifles losing to zones, that's fine. It's just that when they get absolutely obliterated, that's a problem. Because then your unit becomes like a tri-roll unit. Like when zones were beating flames and shocks and they were absolutely smashing rifles, then they just killed everything. Like, because they're an anti-vehicle, anti-air unit that also beat heavy anti-infantry. Like, that's clearly a problem. So, like, a tank beating a laser 1v1? That would probably be an issue, to be honest. But, like, a Titan beating a laser 1v1? That's fine. But a two-range unit, like, two-range units should basically never win against anything if the thing gets close, in my opinion. I think that's just absurd. Because, like, a two-range unit, the power is in the fact that it has two range. So, if it's two range and also can just straight up 1v1 something that's supposed to counter it at point-blank range, that's obviously an issue. Get him, Fanatics. Double boosty Fanatics. Oh my god, those snipers absolutely melted. It is weird that he tried to move them there. Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Objective complete. 3, 2,
Yeah, old Fanatic Tank is one of the most fun decks that Rivals ever had. I actually think old Borka was really fun as well.
unit ready.
Although it was obviously busted. I mean, that was probably part of why it was fun, because it was so like it was satisfying to like make a Borka and sweep it across enemy units and kill them all. I actually saw a clip from a game from ages ago, back when the Borka was strong, where the Borka kills the player who made Borka's base when it's 2 tiles away from the base. Like, it's here and the base dies to it. That just shows you how strong the Borka used to be. Like, it had relevant damage literally 2 whole tiles away. Like, the damage drop-off is so big now. And I think the damage drop-off... I always thought the problem with Borka was how long it bombed for. I always thought that was what made it too strong. Because it would kill everything on a pad and then also deny you from moving new units onto the pad for the entire final charge of the missile. So I think the change that made it bomb faster was a really good one. But with the reduction in the... with the massive drop-off that we have now in damage, I think that the two combined makes the unit kind of terrible. So it needs like one of those reverted, I think. Like, it needs, maybe not like fully reverted, but it should have like a little bit more damage. It should have a little bit more damage than it used to. Man, those flames got absolutely smashed. I'm trying to remember what exactly was the difference with Fanatics before. I know that it used to do more damage, like the boost was better, but I know that they didn't 1v1 flamers in the old patch when they were broken, so I don't really remember exactly how their interaction with flamer went. Because I mean, you can still win a 2v1 by being in a concave, like, right, but like the same is true of militants, right? Militants aren't broken. Man, Banshee is fucking bonkers. Banshee is such an insane unit now. Alright, JMB for game number 5.
Mission accomplished.
It was a boosted Fanatic 1 versus Flames. I don't know if it did. You still definitely had to have 2 Fanatics to beat out a single Flamer. I think it's because Flamers were slower. I think that's probably a large part of it. I know that, like, because Flamers were slow, and then they got buffed in speed, but didn't make enough of a difference to make them playable. And then they got, other stuff got nerfed, and Flamers became good. It's insane that Banshee can beat bikes now. It would be insane if Banshee beat bikes, yes. That would be insane if Banshee could 1v1 bikes, but it cannot. Alright, there we go. Some Fanatic GIGA for you guys, and I will see you next time.